Hey, I'm Tom Foster with Fit2Hunt, with the Fit2Hunt Challenge here in Middle Tennessee. I'm sitting down with Dwight Cox of OutWest Guides. For those folks that have not experienced the high country and the rigors of mountain hunting, a Fit2Hunt training program would benefit them significantly in a way that they would not lose their dream of their big hunt from lack of preparation on something as simple as physical fitness. It may sound simple, and it is simple. It's just a matter of deciding whether you want to change yourself. It's the only part of our equipment really that we can change in such a way so that when you do get to the high country, you maximize your opportunities. You don't fail under stress and pressure that comes with that type of hunting, and you do walk away with your memories from the hunt.
Yeah, and Tom and I met at a hunting show, and we started talking about the importance of preparation physically for hunts, and he introduced me to Fit2Hunt and what he does, and I thought it was a great idea. He has a great program started, and as an outfitter, I really wish every hunter that I had coming to hunt with me in Colorado would do a program like Tom's Fit2Hunt, because I couldn't tell you the number of guys that, and I don't want to say wasted their money, but in some ways did waste their money because they were not physically prepared for our type of hunt. And when I say our type of hunt, you're talking about our camps on average are at 10,000 feet. And most guys that come from the east, you know, they're not even living or exercising in an elevation above 500 to 1,000 feet. It makes a huge difference.
Absolutely.
I mean, just a major difference. And you really can't explain it to people. You've done a lot of Western hunting. You can't explain it to people to really convince them until they've done it. And it's very difficult to get them to see what it takes.
And sometimes, Dwight, that first time experience is their only time experience.
That's right.
So
sadly,
we can't mimic, or we can't give you the altitude experience, but what we can do is make your body so that when you do get there, that it's more readily adaptable to that type of terrain and that type of physical demand.
You really have to push yourself in exercise, and we're not trying to scare guys away. We're just trying to point out the importance of preparation. Most guys spend plenty of time shooting their rifle or their bow before they come out, or their muzzleloader. They spend a lot of time buying gear. You know, they hit Cabela's or they hit Bass Pro or whatever. They spend a lot of preparation in, you know, flights and renting cars and all this stuff. And in my opinion, the part that they miss out on a lot is physical preparation, which in turn helps you mentally prepare for the hunt as well, which is a huge part of that preparation.
When you say huge, what would you say the percentage of the total preparation from your gear purchase to the type of gear that you purchase to the physical part of it? What percentage, where does that fall in it?
It's time-wise, everything else should pale in comparison to your physical preparation. I mean, I'm talking, you know, 90% of your energy should go into physical preparation. Of course, shooting is huge, but I've had guys on these hunts just this past year. We had a tough year in the sense that a lot of our hunters were out of shape. So I had elk standing at what would be a reasonable shot for us, you know, 300 or under, and the elk stood there for 2 and 3 minutes broadside, and they just could not. They were on the elk, but they were in a circle. They could not get their breath, and some of them we weren't even walking far before we reached the elk. It was just one of those situations where elk pops out, and the guy had to walk a couple hundred yards on a little bit of an incline, and he could not make the shot.
So it wasn't his boots, it wasn't his scent blocker, it wasn't his rifle or his scope or his binos. It was the most fundamental part, and that's his body.
Heart and lungs, baby.
Heart and lungs.
And then, of course, you know, legs and everything else goes with it. But if your heart's pounding and your breathing's elevated, you just can't make that shot at 300 yards and feel confident pulling the trigger. You just can't do it.
So out of respect for yourself and for the game that we hunt, it would be beneficial for us sportsmen and stewards of the wild lands that we hunt to invest that much more into ourselves, or start with ourselves.
And you're going to enjoy your hunt much more. I mean, you're going to leave proud of yourself, for one. I had a friend that came out, you met Josh. He did a lot of work. He lost over 50 pounds before he came out, and he enjoyed his hunt. He doesn't probably even realize how much more he enjoyed his hunt because of his physical preparation. Because if he came without that preparation, he would have a very tough time.
There's been a few people that I've trained in the past that have dropped 75 to 100 pounds in body weight, and then when we're in the gym together, I'll ask them to go grab a 100-pound dumbbell, and when they go grab the dumbbell, it almost yanks them over to the side. and I reiterate to them and I remind them that they were carrying that on their stomach.
That's right.
Not long back.
That's right.
And the light bulb then clicks.
That's right. And it amazes me. I send out a 21 or 22 page hunter intro packet to every hunter, or to every interested person that wants to come hunt possibly. And it amazes me at the fact that they read that, and it talks a lot about physical prep. It actually says, quote, you need to be in the best shape of your life. For some people that may be an overstatement, but you really do. And they just gloss it over. And it saddens me because they do spend a lot of money to come on these hunts, you know, not just paying me as an outfitter, but the travel, the time away from work, the time away from your family, the gear you buy, because it's a different type of hunt and you're buying a lot of different extra gear. So invest in your physical fitness. I mean, I can't express that enough. And Tom will be a perfect guy to help you out, especially if you're in this area. But if not, I think Tom's going to develop some videos and some YouTube things to really help you guys as well.
Yeah, we have a 277-acre farm here in Middle Tennessee that's primarily rolling hills. The lowest elevation we have is around 800 feet, and it goes up to 1,500 feet, and that change takes place within 1 mile from point A to point B. So the elevation change is drastic. So we're utilizing that farm or that property as our training grounds. You're going to experience things from tire pulling, backpack carries, get-ups, various other types of exercise that's not in a gym. It's hunter-related. And really the whole mission that we're on right here is to change the hunter image to the more of the athlete image, because the athletes in our country carry a lot of media power and influence and persuasion. And we as hunters realize that we're being attacked by antis from every angle. So if we can change our image, change the way that people perceive us, that'll change our influence. So it's not just about being in great shape to go hunting in Colorado or Idaho, wherever it might be, but it's the overall stewardship of ourselves to enhance the next generations and their opportunities. So if they don't make the football team, but they still want to do something that's athletic with their gun or their bow, primarily the bow, we're offering this program for them. And so that if they have an opportunity, such as with you, and they do get into their mature years, they now have been prepared for many years on, and it's not going to be a shock to them where they have to lose 50 to 100 pounds to go hunt elk or to go hunt sheep. So that's really where we're starting with was preparation for the guy that's ready to go. We have the facilities. We have the knowledge. I come from a fitness background of about 37 years, plus 10 years in Colorado. And we also want to, give the next generation a mentor and a program. That's what this is really about.
And not everyone is into sports like football, baseball, wrestling, basketball, but they could really get involved. They love hunting, and they do. Some people do want to increase their physical fitness, and this may be a really good outlet for them to stretch themselves. They don't want to join or maybe they're older and they're, I'm 38 years old. I'm not going to join a football league. I'm not going to join a baseball team. And this can give you something to continue to compete.
Absolutely.
That was something that was really big to me, because there are a lot of people out there that in my age range that want to keep competing, but there's really nothing to compete at.
What we have to offer for the Fit to Hunt and the Fit to Hunt challenges, one is the Fit to Hunt preparation for hunting, and two of the challenges is a gauge or a means or a measure on how we work all year, and we get involved in this hunt or this challenge, this race, to let us know where we're at. It's going to do three things. It's going to increase your skill under pressure and stress. It's going to increase your physical ability to handle a load, and of course your endurance and cardiovascular system. It's a athletic event for the bow hunter. So you can extend your bow season throughout the entire year. And it's not golf with a bow like a lot of 3D shoots are. You're going to be challenged in real hunting situations. Pressure, moving, quick 3 and 4, 5 second shots, shoot, reload type stuff, which is all the things that you encounter when you're hunting.
And I think you also want to introduce them to Western hunting. I mean, it's a completely different challenge. I mean, I was raised in Tennessee. I've sit in a tree stand probably more than I've sat in a classroom almost. I mean, and it's a lot different when you're used to sitting in a tree stand and then you go out west and hunt a mule deer with a bow, which I've done a lot of, and hunt elk or whatever animal you're after with a bow. I love it. I mean, if you've never experienced spot and stalk, just introduce yourself to it through this program, and you may get hooked. You have to be careful because you may want to spend a lot of time in the west after that.